Sri Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighna Upashantaye Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaः Bhadram Pasyema Akshabhiryajtraः Sthirairangaih Tushtuvagum Sastanubhih Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti Nः Pusha Vyasema Devahitam Puram Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti Na Indro Vruddhasravaः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नः तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नमवुक्तिं विधेम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरैषव्यो दिव्याधि महारथो जायतां दुग्ध्रीधेनुः मूढानड्वानासुः सप्तिः पुरन्धिर्योषाः जिष्णुरथेष्ठाः सभेयो युवास्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायतां निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो वर्षतु फलवत्यो न ओषधयः पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो नः कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु मम अङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनिरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So we have been traveling in order to find wonderful answers, correct answers, and also answers which are best for us to also reflect and change our own self, because knowledge is light, knowledge is brilliance, knowledge is weapon. As Francis Bacon says, knowledge is a weapon. That is what Vidyavan Sarvatra Pujyate, or Vidyavan or Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. So, when we are trying to get the answers, and not all people are able to give answers to our ticklish questions or difficult questions. Many times we experience children putting wonderful questions, and we always really think, what is the answer for that? And unless we give convincing answer to the child, she will not do whatever you instruct her to do or him to do it. Therefore, Upanishads are the candles of hope, or candle of hope and knowledge and takes you deeper into the pathway of spiritual world. Because body, mind, we are always aware. We do a lot for our body. Similarly to our mind. What is mind? Trying to fulfill the desires. Because mind gives you number of desires. Manorathanam tataprapataha. Kalidasa said, the manorathas, manassu is a ratha, is a vehicle. So when it is a vehicle, it is hard to be stationary. All people will be dynamics. That's why it is very difficult to meet people who have got vehicles in their house unless you take an appointment these days. So you have to telephone and tell them that so on so time I'm coming, so that your visit with trouble will not be a waste. Therefore, this manoratha is there, and the kama, the desire, is also very difficult because it is said that ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गः तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. See, look at this ladder which our Shankara Guru has given us, that all things begin from dhyana. If you are having a negative thinking, then it is not possible to accomplish, and we don't deserve. We have no enough availabilities of things. Ultimately, we perish in a sense that we become really hopeless and commit all other unwanted things. Therefore, dhyanam, that is mind business. Dhiyaha, dhiyanam, dhyanam. Dhi is the mind, yanam is the journey. But what about this spirit? That spiritual journey is more important for emancipation, for relief, for happiness, or for satisfaction. Therefore, we have a very good Upanishad taking the name as Prashnopanishad. Among many Upanishads, Prashnopanishad strikes an interesting note, saying that because it is a dialogue between the rishis one by one, and also Vaipulada Maharshi, who is the promulgator or who got revealed the Atharvaveda mantras. Atharvaveda mantra is miscellaneous. There are Bhaishajyani, there are Yagnikani, there are diseases also pointed out. So the subject matter or syllabus in Atharvaveda is motley in the sense that number of aspects are covered. Therefore, later on, people have called Atharvaveda as the people's Veda. It is meant for people. And so people are not refined. Chitram vai prajaha. So every individual is a style by himself. Every individual is a fashion by himself. Therefore, man is style. No doubt, even woman also is a style. So everybody is a style. That's why we always think of sketching the styles and fashions and ways and how they do it. Now let's come to the Upanishad. We have come to 6 rishis are there. Rishis are not also ordinary people. They are also jnanis. For that, our Paipalad Maharshi says, who are these rishis who come to him? Brahmanishtaha, Brahmaparaha, Brahmanveshinaha, Brahmacharinaha. So our Brahma Bhagge, in however many manners they wanted, they want to get hold of that knowledge. So we have already seen 2 questions in Prashnopanishad. Regarding first question was, why is the whole world being filled up by people, people and people? And Prajapati is there, Mahavishnu is there, and also his son is there, Prajapati, Kamala Sambhavaha, Padma Sambhavaha, and he has also got many assistants too in respect of the expanding the department of creation. It is said that there are 12 Prajapatis. All these 12 Prajapatis are, in one way or the other, they are engaged with reference to the people, their increment, everything. So that's why a question comes up. And the moolam for all these Prajapatis is Mahavishnu, Ishvaraha, Ishana Sarva Vidyanam, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. Even Brahma is also a Bhuta, is also one born, is also one who did penance, is also one who has got permission and knowledge and necessary equipment from Vishnu, as we see in the Puranas. So, the rishis who are conversant with the knowledge on Brahman, still they come and ask him. Pippalada Maharshi, who is a Brahmagnani and par excellence. And he, first question we have seen in the first chapter, why is he feeling? There it is said, Prajapati is fond of people and he keeps on filling the land with people or filling the lokas with people. Therefore, all lokas are flooded with people. And and in our another Taittiriya Brahmana will tell that when people are created, they have to also have annihilation or ending. So ending is being given by the Mrityu. Mrityu Devata Kortana. So there are Mrityavaha. There are number of Mrityus, accidents. So all these accidents are being governed, or the report of all accidents are Mrityus to be reported to Parama Mrityu, that is Lord Rudra, because he is Smashana Adhipati. And or Vishnu, he is the sustainer par excellence. Because battalion, if anybody wants to cook, they must know how many people he should prepare the cooking, prepare the menu. So this way, Ishvara or Vishnu, whatever you call it, all of them are common. And so they're all reportable. They have to report to Vishnu, and he is the fellow who will take care of all these things. Therefore, first, then the answer begins like this, that Prajapati is fond of, so he is fond of filling the name. That's why, and not only filling, he is giving rise for the other Vedas also, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and so many things are there. Apart from that, there is the another thing is Prana Shakti. The life process is there. So this way you observe first two questions are being well answered. The third question, the second question we have seen that people see, I'm just reading for our interesting, that there are among people, Varishtas are there, Devaha, Mahadevaha, Manushyaha, Sattvarajotamaguna Guna Sampannaha. And for all these people, what is necessary? What is necessary is the, the Varishtas. Even among Varishtas, we have got. Even among Devas, Varishtas are got. Even among Rakshasas, we have got Mahasuras. They are all Varishtas. So there is that kind of workout by all people to become glorious. That's why Sajato Yena Jatena Yana Yati Vamsaha Samunnatim, or Ihena Jatena Vamsaha Yati Adhopatham. So both are possible with the people born in families. Some families, some people born in the family bring credentials and distinction and kirti. But some people are born in noble families but they will simply create black mark in the family. ಸೊ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂಥ ಮಹಾತ್ಮರಿಗೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋ ನೀನು ಈ ತರಹ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಗ್ರೆಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್, ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್. ದೇವಾಹ ಮಹಾ ದೇವಾಹ. But what is the basic definition of Deva? Devaha, Gara, Giraha, they always take to truth. And the other people, human beings, mix up, while Rakshasas take to untruth. Therefore, this is how the whole, whatever offers have been given to the people, they have their own options and then practices, and therefore the problem comes up. So in the we see that prana is important, and pranavayu got itself got divided into 5 divisions: prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, and how it is able to go. Then ultimately in the second chapter, I don't want to spend more time on this. It is said, Amma Pranadevata Mateva Putran Rakshasva. See, like mother who takes care of her children until her last breath of life. So, similarly, children must also be equally grateful to the mother or father until their until the parents disappear. They have to share their time out of 24 hours or 24 into 7 days. So but they have to look after their parents just little, especially when the parents become older. Jara taptaragiruva old peopleನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಇದೊಂದು ವ್ರತಂ, ತಪಸ್. For children, for youngsters, to take care of the older people itself is taken as a tapas. So in Mahanarayana Upanishad, what is tapas is being defined. And there it is said, Rutam tapaha, Satyam tapaha, Danam tapaha, Yagnam tapaha, etc. ಕೊನೆಗೆ whatever that pleases the Paramatma is taken to be tapas. You can adopt any mode, no matter, but it should be referring to helping to the satisfaction of the Paramatma. That's exactly what even Acharya Shankara also tells us in Saundarya Lahari, that Ammavaru is very much pleased. The devotion you take up, the marga, devotional marga you take up, then you will definitely be rewarding. Anyway, so Pitru Trupti is good, Devata Trupti is good, Manushya Trupti is good. And if at all you don't do it, it is a sin. Again in Mahanarayana Upanishad, we have got that avayajanamasi swaha. Pitrukrutasyainaso avayajanamasi swaha. That sin I committed or aparadham committed against my parents, that has got to be expiated through some measure so that you will not be punished. There won't be Pitru Shapa and there don't be any Shapa at all like that. Now, so here Mateva Putran Rakshasva. Bari Rakshana Allah. You have to also get Sri Pragna. Sampada irbeku. Pragna andre intelligence irbeku. So Lakshmi Kataksha and Saraswati Kataksha both must be there. Then only we feel really happy. So the mere scholar won't shine. Mere rich man won't shine, because richness is always temporary. And therefore, we make a prayer to Rudra, Bhagavad-bhyastanushvanta. You please increase the number of rich people who have got munificent mind to help to be a contributory to the upholding of the universe, of the society. Anyway, so here Srihi Pragna. At other place also in first we have got Surya and Chandra. Chandra is taken to be Lakshmi. Sri. Surya is taken as the pranam. So who is more important? There is waxing and waning is there for Chandra. Therefore, you cannot be constantly stout with your money. Your money is Lakshmi Toya Taranga Bhanga Chapala Vidyut Chalam Jeevitam. So Shankaracharya says, Aya Lakshmi anta avadandre Toya Taranga Bhanga Chapala. She is highly fickle lady. How much people like comparison? Toya Taranga Bhangam. It is just like that of the waves in the waters. So waves in the water ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೋ, for example, you go to ocean and no two waves are the same, and therefore each time the wavelength will be variant. One time it will make your feet drenched, in other time it will not touch at all your feet or anything like that. Therefore, toya tarangas, toya is water. Bhangam is fickle, not constant. Vidyut chalam jeevitam, and our jeevitam is just like the lightning. How much time the lightning will be there in the sky? It appears and disappears. No. So, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we make a prayer, Amma, Pranadevata, you please give me ಸಂಪದೆಗಳು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿನಿಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ಬೇಕು. ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯೋಗ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಷೇಮ. ಈ ಯೋಗ ಕ್ಷೇಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಕ್ಷೇಮಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಗ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ಷೇಮನೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತು ಯೋಗ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಸಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಬರೋ ತನಕ ಯಾವ ತರಹ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪಾಪ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಸ್ಟ್ರು? ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರೋದು? ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೋಪಾಲ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡೋಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ನೋ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ವೇದ ಪಾಠಶಾಲಾಸ್. See, in Veda Pathshalas, afternoons, morning they will get some lessons, and in the evening there will be also lessons. But so meanwhile, after lunch, they are supposed to practice. And Ghanam. So unless you try to join, madam. Afterwards, I talk to you. So, in this way, it is said that ಪ್ರಾಣದೇವತೆಗೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಸ್ 3 things. 1, ರಕ್ಷಣಾ, another wealth, another, the third one is the knowledge. What knowledge we want? Adhyatma gnana nityatvam tattva gnanartha darshanam. We may get doubt, but Krishna has told you what kind of knowledge. Whatever other knowledge you learn, it will disappear from us. But whatever knowledge, the self-study, swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. See, swadhyaya and pravachana, whatever little knowledge that you acquire, you share with others. Because Saraswati becomes doubled when you share that. When Lakshmi you share with others, you become little less pauper. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಪರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂತ್ರಕಾಂತ್ ಮಹಾ ಕವಿ ಮೃಚ್ಛಕಟಿಕಂ ಅಂತ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 10 acts. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಇನ್ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕ್ರಿಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ 10 acts. 10 ಅಂಕಗಳಿದೆ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಎನಿವೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಪುತ್ರ ರಕ್ಷಸ್ವ ಶ್ರೀಹಿ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾ. ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ದಿ ವರ್ಬ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ವಿಧೇಹಿ. Vidhi means certainty. Nobody can escape the vidhi. What has to happen shall happen. What has to not happen, that will not happen. That is what we have learned a lesson in life. ಯಾವುದು ಆಗಬೇಕೋ ಯಾವುದು ಅದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. And ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ it is said vidhehi means you interfere and see that we become better. Actually, Amma Nana are very happy by themselves. But we are all born to them, which means that it is interception or our interference into their happiness or into their engaging programs. That's why you can notice there are kind of mothers who they said they just keep 3 months baby in babysitting, go to work in the morning and come back and pick up the baby and do all the necessity. So ಆ ಥರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ the affections are different. So with this, the Prashnopanishad second chapter over. Now we are coming to third chapter. Another Rishi gets a chance to ask Vaipalada Maharshi a question. This very interesting question. He said, the question was, I'm just reading, Athainam Kausalyah Aswalayana Papracha Bhagavan Kutaha Yesha Prano Jayate Kathamayati Asmin Sarire Atmanam Va Pravibhajya Katham Pratitishthati Kena Utkramate Katham Bahyam Avidatte Katham Adhyatmam Iti. Very interesting 6 questions are put forth by this Aswalayana. We don't know who is that Aswalayana, but we have Aswalayana is a Vedic Veda Rishi. He has got Aswalayana Grihya Sutras and he is the Sutrakaras. They are all. Unless you are master of the Vedic knowledge, especially of Samhitas and further, you cannot think of writing a sutras, because with the help of the sutras, we are able to perform so many things. Grihya, Srauta, Dharma, Sulba, and all these activities, we are able to do it. Therefore, the Aswalayana will put a question, Aya, Pippalada Maharshi, why at all the pranam is being created? Now, these are all basic questions, fundamental questions, to which it is very hard to find answer. Why at all pranam is being created or generated, and how that pranam, okay, enters into the body. Katham sarire and atmanam vibhajya, and having entered, the prana gets division. That is, it divides itself into 5 divisions. And pravibhajya, and katham pratitishthate, how it is get established in the body for a particular period of life. Say 90 years, 80 years, 70 years. So that pranam that enters in the 5th month of the baby, or even before, in the mother's womb, when entering, actually, to enter into the mother's womb itself is a big question. And that is being discussed by Aitareya Maharshi. In Aitareya Upanishad, belonging to Rigveda, the only Upanishad of Aitareya, Kausitika. So that very important, which we have done in our Kendra, and the recordings are available and thanks to Seshachalaya, he is preserving all of that, and he's trying to make for people available the recordings, and I don't know, it's all divine grace. So that the actually when man dies, he will not be peaceful at all. Sattva ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ. Problems increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ for the atma. Actually, it will be hovering in the sky. And again, if if sufficient punyam is not there, or only papam is there, not even reaching, that's what Aitareya Upanishad I'm telling, not even reaching any other destination, it will be shunted back into the parents. And man conceives, he deposits into a woman, and woman has got the factory equipment in that. She will bear that all for 9 months and then delivers. Afterwards, father will take care of the delivered baby and protection, etc., etc. That's how the the sequence of our birth goes. But in the but when the life is being given, as in Garuda Purana, fifth to seventh month, the fight the when the baby is ready, fighting with the God. Why at all you are sending me into the world? Like that, it is so disturbed. It will be hitting the walls of the womb of the mother. But mother is happy and feels happier. But the jiva there is worried about. That's why it said that prana sharire atmanam pravivijya and pratisthati. How it is getting established for a long time inside. Okay, when it is well settled in the body, again it will not be allowed to stay on. Utkramate, it is being taken out. That is, there is a ending for the prana in the body. Thirdly, and when the prana is there inside the body, how does it know from inside? Bahyam apidatte katham adhyatmam iti. So, the external knowledge and also knowledge within, atmagnana, paragnana, lokagnana and atmagnana. How are these two kinds of gnana is going to come to us is a good question. That is, Shankaracharya, Advaita system also, he and all other acharyas also have tried to ponder over the Bhashya Gnana and Antargnana. But ultimately, what is our prayer whenever we make some Mahanyasa or Rudrabhisheka or Puja or Dhyana or Stotra? What is the main prayer is that Antastisthatu Amrutasya Gopaha. ಈ ಅಮೃತ ಗೋಪ ಇದಾನಲ್ಲ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ who has to be always guarding, protecting, promoting, spreading, distributing the anta shakti, that Paramatma to stay on inside the body, monitor the functioning of the members of the body inside, and also allow the brain to receive the knowledge from outside also. That's why, you see, that's a wonderful question. Adhyatmam iti. So, Adhyatma ಎಂದ್ರೇನು, ಬಾಹ್ಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, and ಉತ್ಕ್ರಮಣ ಹೆಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ, how at all we die. See, death does not come as we want. Even Sita Devi in Ramayana, Sundarakanda tells that Ding Manusham Janma Swachandavarnam na bhavati. I fight the man's birth or human birth because there is no option for the man to die whenever he wants to die. See, like Bhishmacharya. And Bhishmacharya has the blessing from his father that he can die whenever he wants to die. So he had to remain waiting for Uttarayanam to come. Only when Uttarayanam dawns on Magha Suddha Saptami, or so Bhishmacharya, in the presence of Krishna, all Pandavas and all people, he just joined his eighth Vasu status. Ashtavasus are there. It is said Bhishma is the Ashtama Vasu and who has been made to come to in Mahabharata. But unfortunately, he committed to the throne of the Kuru dynasty. Whoever sits, he has to do it. Anyway, so Butkramati, Katham Adhyatmati. Even this is a common question we should know. What is Adhyatma? And how do you come to know about Adhyatma? Tapayiti tapo nitya ಪೌರುಸೃಷ್ಟಿ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಆ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ತೈತ್ರಿಯ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ತಪಸ್ಸೇ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು ಅಂತ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬಿನ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್. The ultimate minute's conclusion is of the meeting that tapas is, there is no alternative. Tapayiti tapo taurasishtihi tadhi tapaha tadhi tapaha. That tapas is that. Here also it is said, these are all the questions put forth by interesting, and for them, the Vaiparada says, Tasmai sahovacha ati prashnan pruchasi brahmhishtositi tasmat teham bravimi. Normally, great people, learned people don't reveal secrets. Don't reveal inner knowledge. Don't reveal the secret knowledge. But unless the student is found to be deserving, then only they will come out with that. You note that we have been seeing so many gurus. Gurus do not reveal secrets. My wife has been telling Sita Lakshmi, his gurus have not given so certain secrets, although she has been very faithful and sincere student in violin, in vocal and all that. They only reserve, but unfortunately it will die with them. No. A guru, when he finds the right student, he must be able to reveal the inner techniques that you will be improving yourself at the same time others. Something like Vishwamitra Maharshi. Vishwamitra Maharshi has reached the pinnacle of glory, and he got, without great effort, Indriya Nigraha and Brahmarshatvam. He took the small boys, Rama and Lakshmana, with some reason that they have to protect his Agnam from Rakshasas, Maricha and Hidimba. Then there he gave a wonderful military training for the boys. Whatever Astra Shastras he had got, all of them he just transferred to Rama Lakshmanas. And when he transferred them, then they stood before him, Rama and Lakshmana. They asked, where is the place for me, for us too, in your body? Then Rama told, you take hold my body totally, and whenever I remember and make you come out. That's what is called Siddha Mantras. See, astras are all Siddha mantras, and the shastras are always available. The astra shastras are there, Siddha mantras. Anyway, so that way you see wonderful network program of our knowledge. You can't you can't build walls to Vedas, Samhita, Brahmana, and all that. So now he says, Ati Prashnan Pruchasi. Hey, you are Ati Prashna means difficult questions you are asking, but still, as a because I find you as a Brahmishta, that is Brahmanistha, he who is constantly meditating upon, he constantly working to get the knowledge of Brahman slowly, installment wise, because Brahmagnanam is never complete. So, Brahmagnana Prapti, especially in Mahanarayana Upanishad, the last portions, the three sections concluding, that's a Gnana Tattva Bodha or something like that, Tattva Bodha and all that. There, the Mahanarayana Upanishad ultimately concludes with the spiritual pursuits. And what is spirituality actually has been defined. And I have asked our Purushottam to make that homework, and he has been student of Mahanarayana Upanishad in our Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra, and he has done it. And someday it will also be published in our one of the publications. So you observe what is the end of our life. That is Adhyatma Gnana and Tattva Gnanam. So when once you understand the Tattva, problem solved. Krishna Tattva, Rama Tattva. So ಈ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. That's exactly what he said. So the answer he begins, Atmana eshaha prano jayate yatha esha purushe chaya etasmin adadati. So Atma itself, see, it is all self-generative. Nothing is extraneous. Nobody will come and give you happiness. The happiness is in us. If you go on expecting, you'll be disappointed. When there is no appointment, it is a disappointment. Apply, no reply. It's a disappointment. No. The mind is our mentor. Therefore, the Atma is that's why Krishna said that Atma remains the same. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, etc. So Atma gets divided. And the third chapter, third mantra concludes with that Manokrutena ayati asmin sarire. See, asmin sarira, how, I mean, the question was, how does this prana enter into the body? So, Atmana Esha Prana Jayate. The prana is born because of the Atma that is stationed in you. And how is that Atma as prana means? Immediately he gives the example of Chaya, the shadow. And, uh, and again that shadow is there just like the Manaha Krutena Ayati Asmin Sarire. How does the shadow come up like? So Sariram is there and shadow is there and to talk about the size of the mind, it's all like the shadow. In the morning it is long, in the noon short, in the evening again short. So this is the shadow like the pranam will be entering into the body, sariram, and prana sariram. And that's why when you say that prana agamana time, prana prayana time, and prana anta time. Shankaracharya in Lakshmi Nrsimha Sahasrana, Karavalambana, Lakshmi Nrsimha Karavalambana Stotram, beautifully described in prayer to Narasimha Swami, which I am going to start on Saturday morning 8:30, to your time, India time, 8:30 to 9:30. After I finish my finish something, I don't remember. So anyway, I am going to start that there, prana prayana samaya. And again, regarding talking about prana, Bhattabana says, Edi pranaha swayam na jahati, na parityajyaha. Notice, if pranam does not go voluntarily from our body, you should never compel the prana to get out from our body. Because prana is Atma Srushti. What is the prana? Prana is the Atma Srushti. That means say that your own Atma has given birth for the pranam. And in between, we have got manas. And that prana will be acting like the shadow. And there is again manas in the body. And that prana comes into you, goes away. It all depends upon the mano vyavahara and manasa. That's exactly where the psychology people are coming into good scholarship. Because, we have got Jagrada Avastha, Swapna Avastha, then Sushupti, Turiya, and Turiya. Five divisions are there. And normally we are all done with the Swapna Avastha. Therefore, we are not happy in our sleep. But when we go to Sushupti, will be about 90 minutes. And there, even the mind also goes to rest. And you will have a different experience in Sushupti. But beyond it, we have got the Turiya Avasthi. Therefore, even see, the Sita just moans that I'm not getting sleep. At least in sleep, I can go into Swapna where I can realize, where I can visualize my husband Rama. That is not possible. So, Manokrutasya yati asmin sarire. So, Andrea, the pranam comes, pranam goes. And again, one more point, another example, Upanishads are very clear. There are lucid expressions, and Upanishad Rishis, Munis, they always give examples and parables, stories, and upamas or comparisons by which you can make it easily understood certain subtle points, because subtleties are being unraveled through examples, and at least we will be able to do it. The same thing Shankaracharya has done lot in his own works. Even in Sivananda Lahari also, he has made such type of prayer to Rudra because he is all in all. Now look at it. Next one. Yatha Samrat eva adhikrutan viniyungte etan graman adhishtitva ithamevesha pranaha itaran pranan prathak sannidhatte पायूपस्थे पानं चक्षुः श्रोत्रे मुख मुखनासिकाभ्यां प्राणः स्वयं प्रतिष्ठते मध्ये tu samanaha, esha hi, etadu dhrutamannam samam nayati, ತಸ್ಮಾದ್ ಏತಾಹ ಸಪ್ತರ್ಷಿಷಾಹ ಭವಂತಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೂ ಮಂತ್ರಾಸ್ 4 and 5 will give us a beautiful example, and we have to experience. A samrat is there, an emperor is there, or a all over adhipati is there. What he does, he will have many portfolios in respect of the administration. If anybody becomes a prime minister, he will have all portfolios in his hand. Then he has to call one by one, and make them ministers to one portfolio. And he can reserve a portfolio for himself, or he can be a general supervisor to all portfolios. So it all depends. Like that, the Samrat in Martane, the Pranam is the Samrat. If the king makes the divides his Rajyam into villages, into taluks, into districts, into cities, into metropolitan cities, everywhere there is a ruler. A corporation has got mayor, a village has got Kulkarni or Shanbog. So, in that manner, there is the administrative convenience done by the Maharaja. Similarly, even the prana being the highest authority, it will divide itself into 5 ways. Prithageva sannidhatte. What is that? Important parts of our body, 7. Aya parts alli, the prana will try to take. Pranopana vyana udana samana. See, Payu upasthe apanam. In the upastha and payu, the apanam will be there. And in the eye and ear and in the face and in the nose, there is the pranashakti. That is, we inhale, exhale. So that's why pressure. If you go to an eye doctor, he wants to test the eye pressure. See, and when you go to a ear doctor, he has to test that. So these are all the places: mukha, nasika, srotra, ear, and kannu. These are all the places where you have got to be aware of the eye pressure, or the the ear and pressure on that mukha, and also in the nose. Pranaha swayam pratisthite, and madhye tu samanaha. The samana prana is harmoniously functioning. And moreover, etat hutamannam samam nayati. Whatever annam you are eating, that annam is harmoniously distributed in the form of energy to every nook and corner of our body. Whether it is here or it is here or here, same energy you have got, and that energy is the prana shakti. Therefore, we say prana shakti paranaha. Now we bring a Ganapati vigraha from the shop and we install it and make prana pratishtha. What do you say? Utshvasa nisvasa rupena bahiragatya asmin bimbe kalase pratishthantu swaha parashakti para prana. See, mama, that's why we say vinayaka prana mama prana, vinayaka mama jiva jiva ಅಂತ ಈ ತರಹ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಣ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಸೇ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾಸಿ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾವಂತೋ ಭೂಯಾಸ್ಮ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಾಕಲ್ಪ ಅಂತೊಂದಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆತ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಆ ಗೊಂಬೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಐಡಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ದಟ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಗಾಡ್ and that God is you. That's why in Shivasankalpa of the Mahanyasam, you say that Tanme Shivasankalpamastu, me kal sankalpam Shivam astu. That is, Shivam astu means the Shiva himself must occupy in the framework of the desires that we have got, such that I will be spiritually enhanced of my existence and fulfillment of my life. Therefore, there are Saptavai Prana. Next month, we are going to have on 13th a beautiful talk on the Prana Vidya, Prana and Prana Upanishad and Pranam. Anyway, so here, Yetaha Saptarshishi Bhavanti. So these are all the five burning fires in our body. One is, that's why etadu annam samanam. When the annam that we eat, when it is getting circulated harmoniously at all points, then we are think that there are saptavai pranaha antarantaratmani. See, there is a question put forth in our Veda Ganga volume 30. We have just a short article on Kiyantayime antaratmani pranaha. Actually, you should know. A question came up in the Sabha, in the Brahma Sabha. One Rishi got up and put a seminar topic or discussion topic. How many pranas are there in our body? Kiyantayime antaratmani pranaha. So all Rishis came up with explanation and number. Trayime antaratmani pranaha, saptaime pranaha, Dva Panchasatvai Prana. Like that, they went on explaining the number of pranas inside our body. Suddenly, one Rishi gets up and says, the body is a ocean, and we don't know what is going to happen, what is happening. That's why we have got symptomatic diseases, asymptomatic diseases. Asymptomatic diseases like cancer, BP, they're all highly dangerous. You don't know where at what stage you are there. Sometime by the time you discover cancer will be at fourth stage, so the doctor says you will live only 1 week. No. So we have that kind of change in our body. The doctor says, now and then you should try to check with your doctor what is going on inside you. Samudra, sometimes tsunami, sometimes there will be so much of depression in the ocean also. Like that, it is said, there are saptarchishaha bhavanti, saptavai pranaha. ಆ ಸಪ್ತ ಪ್ರಾಣಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And moreover, where is this Atma stationed? That's also a question. Yesha Atma Hrudi. This Atma is stationed in the heart, where from all kinds of emotions come up. That's why the heartbeat varies according as your emotions. Because Alida and heart ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೃದಯಸೆ ಅರ್ಜುನ ತಿಷ್ಠಾಮಿ Atma guhayam nihitosya janto. Nobody can speak untruth. Only Mahanarada Upanishad tells that Atma guhayam asya janto nihitaha narayanaha. No. Even every Upanishad, every Veda tells that it is Atma. Atmanisthitaha, Atma vai Atmanisthitaha. ಈವನ್ ಶಿವ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನಂದರೆ ಆತ್ಮನೇ ಆತ್ಮಾನಂ ಪಶ್ಯಂತಂ ಸದಾ ಶಿವಂ ಭಜಾಮಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಆತ್ಮ ನೇಚರ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಆತ್ಮ. ನೋವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್. ನೀನು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಶಂಕರ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಯು. ಕಸ್ತ್ವಂ ಕೋಹಂ ಕುತಾಯಾತಃ ತದಿಹ ಭ್ರಾತಃ ಚಿಂತಃ. ಓ ಬ್ರದರ್, please consider these points to investigate. What are they? Kastvam. Who are you? See, I am. What is this I? Am is verb, existence. But what is this I? Capital I. And then again the answer jocularly is, when once you close your eva e, the I is silent. The capital I becomes silent. So as long as you are opening your eva e, so long the world is at your disposal. But when you close, that's why meditation andre, when you want to go inside your mind, be inner. So when you are able to see the inside, you will see the light jyoti. Ardram jolati jyotihi ahamasmi. So how beautifully is being told that Atma Hridi. Atra etadu ekashatam nadinam तासां शतं शतमेककस्य द्विसप्ततिः प्रति प्रतिशाखा नाडी सहस्राणि भवन्ति आसु व्यानः ಚರತಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಆಸು. ಆಸುಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಗಳು. ಆಸುಪತ್ರಿ, ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್. ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಆಸು patri. Asu is prana. If there is some trouble, pain, or difficulty for the prana shakti, prana inside us, we have to go to get it protected and treated and all that. So it's called Pa. Asu, Pa. 3 is a location. There should be a building. There should be a place where all doctors go every day to treat the ailing patients. Therefore, ಆಸುಪತ್ರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಸು ವ್ಯಾನಃ ಚರತಿ. So the Nadi Shakti is very important. Actually, so the Hruda, whatever Atma is there, the Atma will manifest into Nadis. 72. How many Nadis are there? Number of Pratishakha Nadi Sahasrani Bhavanti. Nadi Sahasrani. So that's why we have got the importance of a neurologist. ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ a general physician was aware of the entire anatomy, functioning of the body, and he was able to tell about the state of health by checking the pulse of the body, checking the heartbeats and all that. So, kannu nodi, they used to look at your eyes, look at your tongue, look at your chest, and look at our nails. Even ugurgalan nodi kuda, they were able to diagnose the illness in the body. So that was earlier, but even now people are doing. But doctors these days don't, immediately when you go and tell complaints, they will attach you to the electronic, medical electronics. So electronics graph kodatto, because other mele, they are going to prescribe medicine for you. Therefore, besides, that's why Vaidyo Narayano Harihi means the real God, real doctor is Narayana. And who is that who knows the diagnosis of the complaint? That's why Surya Bhagavan is said to be Arogya Vidwan. Adrinda, see, nadis are there, and Apanavayu is important. You see, this is most important. In Apanavayu, the whole thing, so loading, everybody can do it, but unloading is called Apana. Actually, it is said prana is in the nose, and apana in the renal area down, Guda, and Vyana is in the navel, and Udana is at the chest, and Samana is at the kantham or the neck. That's why as long as the pranam is there in the neck, Samanavayu, the man can live. But when the body has to be deserted, the pranavayu joins the Samanavayu, and both of them together at the 24th hour so disappears, then you can take the body for burning or burying after 24 hours. So this is how we see the system of our body. After all, it is only a sadhanam. It is only screwdriver. It is not screw. Body is not screw, but it's a driver. Like that, here it is said that Vyanaha bhavati asu vyana charati. So the entire prana shakti is there in the apana system. So prano, pana, vyana, udana, samana, sapranaha svedavarnaha. So samana, sapranaha. So prana shakti is associated with all the four pranas, but a great ratio of that is found in the samana. So samana saprana anತಾರೆ. Samana prana saprana ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ this prana which is at the kantham, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕಂಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಇರೋದನಕ ನಾನು ಬದುಕಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. So I am going to survive until the prana shakti is there yet working in my neck. And in fact, you remember Sadasiva is called as Nilakanteswara. Sitikantha, Nilikantha. So Sitikanteswara Devasthanas are not there, but Nilakanteswara Devasthanas are there, because the entire Prana Shakti has been under the control of Lord Rudra, and even if he has taken the Visham or poison, he arrested it there. So Visham cannot fail. So they cannot fail. Even Yama might fail. In Kenopanishad, you can see that, Kathopanishad. And even Yama also was a failure. But Shiva cannot. Therefore, he arrested through yoga, and therefore it became blue. And so he is called as a Nilakantha. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ you just come to note that it is connected to the knowledge expressed in Prashnopanishad. When Pippalada Maharshi is talking about it, then he has got a plenitude of knowledge behind with which he is able to project good answers, right answers to our Shakti. So these are all wonderful questions which we are getting answered by Pippalada Maharshi to Katyayana, who did. We have another two more, fourth, fifth, sixth, another questions which are very fascinating and interesting to us, and this knowledge will help us to that. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll stop here because I'm running over time. Om Swasti.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Shri Vasudevarpanamastu Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu Om Shri Matru Charanaravindarpanamastu Om Tat Sat. Namaste.
Today we have got a philosopher with us, Jayanti from Delhi, and she is always conversant with all this knowledge. But now we are getting something from Pippalada Maharshi. And thank you very much, madam. You joined.
Sir, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Namaste, Guruji.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine. Very good, sir. Like, Mahanaruna Parishad Yavalu reference Bharat. Recording is okay, doctor? Paravilla? Okay, we can switch off recording.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.